Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Wanda. Hi. In today's video, I'll be testing out this new Burst Glitter Adhesive Vinyl collection. This collection consists of 6 different colors. We have Burst Glitter White, Burst Glitter Orange, Burst Glitter Green, Burst Glitter Silver, Burst Glitter Red, and lastly, Burst Glitter Champagne Gold. They all look beautiful. For today's video, I'll be doing a Libby cup, 16 ounces. I'll be using these 3 colors, white, red, and gold. Let's head to Design Space. Once you're there, click on New Project, then click on Blank Canvas, and now click on Upload. Once you're there, you'll see your recent uploads. For more options, you can go to View All and click on there. And now just scroll down till you find what you need. You can also go to the search bar and type in whatever you need. Me, I'll just scroll down till I find it. Once you find it, select it, click on Add to Canvas, and then click on View. Now you can adjust the size to whatever size you need. You can do that by pulling on one of the corners or making it smaller. You can also go up to where it says Size and just change the size manually. In order to change the size of my image, I need to measure my cup. I'll be measuring the height. It is very important to do this step, otherwise your wrap will be too small or too big. But if you purchased a wrap that's the size of the cup you're using, you should be good. I'll be measuring the height and the width of this cup. Remember, you do not want to measure the curving of the cup, otherwise you'll be placing your image on that curving. Now that we have our measurements, we can adjust this wrap. I'll be adjusting it just a tiny bit smaller. You do that by grabbing on a corner and kind of pushing in. Once you have the size you need, just click on Make. In this case, I don't need to save this as a project. I'll be selecting to work on a mat, so I'll confirm. As you can see, we'll be working with 3 mats. So we need 3 different colors. Remember to cut the vinyl exactly the size you need. And now let's just click on Continue. To cut my material, I'll be using shimmer vinyl. I will also click on More Pressure. I have my vinyl cut to size, so now I'll be placing it on a mat. To cut this vinyl, I'll be using a purple mat, which is a strong tack. I just want to make sure that this vinyl sticks on my mat and doesn't move. This way I don't mess up any material. I'll be placing it with the glitter side up. This vinyl is a little bit on the thicker side, so you want to make sure you have that on your mat and it doesn't move. And we have it on our mat. This is beautiful. It's very shiny. I'll be cutting all 3 vinyls with the same cutting setting. I did do a test cut and this setting works fine for me. Remember, every cutting machine is different. You want to make sure you do a test cut before cutting this material. As for the weeding, I did weed out the first 2 vinyls, but I still have the red one, which I'll show you how it weeded. This actually weeded pretty good. I will show you with the red vinyl. I'll be using this pin pen from TeckWrap. I'll just start from a corner, pull up, and work my way through. As you can see, this is weeding beautifully. I did have to push to hold one of my hearts down, but other than that, this weeded smoothly. I just realized I need to weed the hearts. In the moment of weeding, if you're not sure of something, you can always look back on Design Space. This will help you realize if you have any more weeding to do. I now will remove this from the mat, so I'll turn it around and remove the carrier sheet. And now I'll be doing a little test to see how I need to place my vinyl. By doing this, you can move around to make sure everything fits in its place. This way you make sure you don't run into any problems when layering it on the cup. It also helps you notice if everything is the size it should be. And lastly, I'll place the gold one on top. But since the carrier sheet is white, it's not gonna let me see through. To layer this design, I'll be using this yellow grid transfer tape. Although I thought at the beginning I would use the black one, but I'll use the yellow one instead. I need to use a stronger one to transfer this design. To help me layer this design, I'll be using some parchment paper. I will start layering my white design first. So let's grab that one. I'll be putting this on fast mode just to get through the video much quicker. What I'm doing here is placing my transfer tape over the design and then using the squeegee. You want to make sure your design sticks to the transfer tape. Being that there were little pieces to this design, I did have to kind of push on the transfer tape a little bit more. I now place parchment paper. Once your design is on there correctly, then remove the parchment paper. Use a squeegee to make sure it sticks on there, and then start removing your transfer paper slowly. Make sure your design is on there and not on the transfer. And do the same for every other layer. I promise you, it's much easier than it looks. Once you have down a way of doing things, it'll be much easier. Make sure to burnish everything together to make sure it sticks to the transfer paper. And now it's time to place our wrap on our cup. Let's start off by cleaning it. I'll be using some rubbing alcohol. I'll be spraying some all around the cup. And then I'll just pat dry this. This will help adhere the vinyl onto the cup. And now comes the good part. Placing our design on our cup. Make sure to put your cup on a cradle, or if you don't have one, make sure to kind of have it steady so it doesn't move. And once you're sure, then kind of start pushing the design onto the cup. Everyone's got a different technique, so just use whatever works for you. You can use your hand or you can use a squeegee. You can also fold your design like a taco and place the middle and then start placing each side. You can keep it on the cup cradle or you can just place it on the table and work from there. To get the vinyl to stick to the cup, you can use your fingers or you can use a squeegee. Once everything is on your cup, start removing the transfer paper carefully. You do not want to pull up, you just want to pull sideways very slowly. Make sure nothing lifts from your design. This vinyl actually doesn't have any air bubbles in it. I now will continue to take off the transfer tape. As you can see, I still have some of the design on the transfer paper, which I will make sure it goes onto the cup. I just wanted to be sure it placed on the cup correctly. I did have to use my pen to place back on the cup a piece or two. So now let's place on the cup the rest of the design. Depending on the design, sometimes you need to do 2 parts when placing your design, and that's okay. I'll be finishing up and removing the transfer paper. Overall, it was not hard working with this vinyl. If you watched to the end and you liked the video, don't forget to leave us a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. See you on the next video. Bye bye. The shimmers, the colors, the vinyl. This is beautiful.